You ever notice how buying something beautiful can feel like relief? And then, strangely, like pressure. Like for a moment, you breathe easier. And then you start wondering when that feeling will fade. Luxury doesn't usually enter your life loudly. It slips in quietly, through small rewards, through, I deserve this, through moments when you just want to feel a little better than you did 5 minutes ago. Maybe it starts after a hard week, or a long season of proving yourself. You tell yourself it's not about the price, it's about the feeling. And that's where the psychology lives. Luxury addiction isn't really about things, it's about what the things seem to promise. Control, validation, a sense of arrival. You buy something expensive, and for a brief moment, your inner voice softens. You stand a little straighter. You feel seen, even if no one else is watching. And that's the quiet truth most people don't say out loud. The brain remembers that relief. So the next time you feel small, or uncertain, or invisible, it whispers, you know what fixes this. Not because you're weak, but because you're human. There's a subtle shift that happens. You stop asking, do I like this? And start asking, what does this say about me? Luxury becomes language, a way to signal success before you fully feel it, a way to borrow confidence from an object, a way to protect yourself from doubt without ever naming the doubt. Pause for a second. Think about the last time you wanted something expensive. Not needed, wanted. What were you feeling right before that desire showed up, restless, unappreciated, behind? That's not a coincidence. The brain loves symbols, and luxury is a powerful one. It tells a story of safety, of worth, of having made it. But here's the part that's easy to miss. The feeling doesn't last. Not because you chose wrong, but because objects can't hold emotions for long. So the mind looks for the next upgrade, the next level, the next purchase that promises a slightly longer calm. And without noticing, you're no longer enjoying luxury. You're chasing the silence it gives your thoughts. There's often an inner conversation that sounds like this. If I just get this, I'll finally feel settled. If I own that, I'll feel more like myself. If people see me with this, they'll understand. Understand what? That you're enough, that you belong, that you're not falling behind. Luxury addiction thrives on that unspoken question. Am I okay as I am? And again, this isn't about judgment, it's about noticing. Because many people with luxury habits aren't trying to impress others. They're trying to reassure themselves. Sometimes it's about control in a life that feels unpredictable. Sometimes it's about identity, when you're not sure who you are without achievements. Sometimes it's about comfort, when rest feels unsafe. And sometimes it's just easier to buy something than to sit with an uncomfortable feeling. There's a quiet pattern worth paying attention to. The more meaning you assign to objects, the heavier they become. They stop being things you enjoy. They start being things you maintain, protect, defend. And slowly, your sense of worth gets tied to what can be lost. That's when the anxiety creeps in. Not always loud, just enough to keep you reaching. What's interesting is that awareness alone changes the relationship. You don't have to stop liking nice things. You don't have to reject beauty or quality or pleasure. You just begin to notice the moment when desire comes from emptiness instead of appreciation. There's a difference. One feels calm, the other feels urgent. One says, I enjoy this. The other says, I need this to feel okay. If you listen closely, your body tells you which one it is. A tight chest, a racing mind, a need to justify the purchase before you've even made it. That's not a flaw, that's information. And maybe the real shift isn't buying less, but asking more honest questions. What am I hoping this will fix? What feeling am I avoiding right now? What would happen if I paused instead of purchasing? You don't have to answer perfectly, just gently. Because the moment you become curious instead of critical, the grip loosens. Luxury stops being a coping mechanism and becomes a choice again. If this made you pause, if it brought up a thought you hadn't named before, you might want to sit with that for a moment. That's what this channel is for. And if you'd like more quiet conversations like this, you're welcome to stay. Like the video. Subscribe if it feels right. No rush, just awareness.